I invite you to be seated. Grace to you and peace on this day of endings and new beginnings. Today's invocation is offered recognizing the many and various ways through which we as students, faculty, staff, alumni, and guests of the college journey through this world finding meaning in life. Whether our journey seeks purpose in exploring the mystery of God, or in the wonder of creation, in the elegance of science or art, in service with the neighbor and justice making for all people, or in the critical inquiry and tenacious engagement of our liberal arts enterprise, no matter your journey, I invite you now into this time of prayer. In our gathering, O gracious one, you are present. As graduates walk across this platform, we celebrate your presence in their lives through the love and support of parents and grandparents, siblings, family, dear friends, professors, coaches, mentors, spiritual guides, and other sages of life's journey. We are grateful for these who have made this moment possible. In our celebration, we remember those who have gone before us. Illumined by your vision, O Radiant One, countless have sacrificed and labored long for this college to remain true to its calling to serve as neighbor and work for abiding peace. Thank you for their witness that inspires and compels us to share in this charge to shape a just society. In our thanksgiving, we forthrightly recognize that there is much amiss in our world. Agitated by your prophetic word, O righteous one, stir us all to listen to and to act alongside those who have been silenced by systems of privilege and structures of oppression. Work in us your ways that scatter the proud and lift up the lowly, so that together we may bring about equity, reconciliation, and peace. In our persistent hope, we send forth these graduates to be agents of change and ambassadors of mercy. Empower them, O Holy One, to go forth from this place with wisdom, good courage, and a sense of your presence at work through them as they journey. This is our fervent prayer. Amen.
Good afternoon. Welcome. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the second of our two commencement ceremonies held on campus today in Augsburg's 147th year. This afternoon, we celebrate the achievements of 350 students. 166 are graduating from our adult undergraduate programs in Minneapolis and Rochester. 184 will earn one of the following advanced degrees: Doctor of Nursing Practice, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in Leadership, Master of Arts in Nursing, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, Master of Music Therapy, and Master of Social Work. This morning, we celebrated the accomplishments of 393 graduating seniors in the undergraduate day program. All told then, today we are celebrating 743 Augies. To all the family and friends of this afternoon's graduates, I extend a special welcome. I am also pleased to welcome members of the faculty, members of the Augsburg College Board of Regents, and retired faculty who are with us for this afternoon's celebration. Thank you for joining us for what is not only a milestone event in the life of your graduate, but one of the most important annual events in the life of the college. It is a commencement tradition to recognize the retiring faculty members who, after many years of dedicated service to our students and the college, are joining the ranks of our faculty emeriti. This year, we honor 3 retiring faculty members with this distinction. Ronald Feedy, Department of Chemistry. Fekri Mizzou, Department of Business Administration. And Vicki Olson, Department of Education. Each has been approved by the Augsburg College Board of Regents for emeritus status, an honor that confers special privileges in recognition of substantial contributions to the college. Let's take a moment to recognize the outstanding service of these faculty members and to congratulate them on the honor of being named faculty emeriti. Thank you. Today's ceremony focuses on the theme of responsible leadership, one of the 4 key educational outcomes highlighted in the Augsburg College mission statement. An Augsburg education challenges each student to become a responsible leader, someone who actively engages others in the work of creating solutions to problems without simple or easy answers. Guided by Augsburg faculty, staff, and community partners, our students cultivate, both in and out of the classroom, capacities required of responsible leaders, among them qualities of courage, integrity, and humility. They connect theory and practice in ways that prepare them to be citizens in a pluralistic democracy who have the skills necessary to pursue the work of our time in our neighborhoods, our communities, our region, and our world. Today's commencement speaker and honorary degree recipient will echo this theme in their remarks. It is now my pleasure to invite President Paul Pribenow to the podium.
Thank you. I'd like to add my warm welcome to all of you gathered here today on this proud occasion. It's one of the great joys of my role as president to participate in the various moments in the life of the college wherein we honor and celebrate the accomplishments of our students. You are, of course, the reason we have existed for 147 years. We are proud of all of you and very pleased that so many of your family and friends are with us this afternoon. The Richard J. Toney Award is given to one member of the graduating class whose actions, commitments, and future aspirations most profoundly represent the commitment to community, hospitality, and innovation that are the hallmarks of Rick Toney, who is the founding director of the Weekend College, now the adult undergraduate program, and the Rochester campus programs. It is my pleasure to present the Richard J. Toney Award, and I ask this year's recipient, Kimberly Chisholm, to step forward as I read about her accomplishments. Kim began in the Weekend College program in 2011 with a major in Management Information Systems. Like many of our Weekend College students, Kim has juggled her coursework at Augsburg with a full-time position as administrative specialist in the Minneapolis division of the FBI, and on the side manages her own small business. Kim says that choosing Augsburg was the best decision of her life and notes that she has learned much from her out-of-class Augsburg experiences. Kim's commitment to community became evident with her involvement in the Weekend College Student Senate, where she served as the communications coordinator for 2 years and also as chair of the Adult Undergraduate and Weekend College Advisory Council. As the communications coordinator, Kim was the first Weekend College student to attend the day program student government meetings on a regular basis, hoping to help connect the two communities and to join efforts to live out Augsburg's mission statement, Education for Service. Kim's partnerships with Day Student Senate over the years developed into strong enough friendships that Kim requested and was given permission to participate as well in this morning's Day commencement ceremony in her unique way, again, bridging these two programs' populations. It was also through one of these Day program Student Senate friends and an international student that Kim was introduced to and encouraged to become involved with the Nobel Peace Prize for him. This eventually led Kim to serving as volunteer coordinator and a year later organizing all 90 volunteers, including a diverse group of students, faculty, and staff from Augsburg and other participating colleges, and members of the greater Twin Cities community. Realizing the strengths of others, being innovative, and connecting people to opportunities is something that Kim has accomplished in her MIS major as well. In one of Kim's MIS courses taught by an adjunct professor, accessibility to a software design tool challenge arose and created frustration for the class. Kim notes that the professor pushed them to be creative and find ways to use similar tools because without them, their MIS foundation would be lacking. Kim did more research, which supported the value of using that software. She and her professor continued to have many conversations about how to get that software for Augsburg students, which led to further conversations with the business department. Kim says, I quote, "He stuck with me and showed me how important it was to become familiar with these tools, a nod to their value to me after graduation," end quote. For Kim, an equally, if not more important end result of the class was that she thought highly enough of her professor and his knowledge to nominate him for the FBI's Citizens Academy, a program designed to bring together a diverse group of business, religious, and community leaders to learn about the FBI's work locally and globally. He was accepted, graduated from the program, and is now an FBI Citizens Academy alumnus. Kim plans to continue her involvement at Augsburg as an alumna. She says, Augsburg does so much for the community and for its students, and giving back will in turn bring more value to our degrees and personal experiences. And she concludes, it is much more than getting a degree. It is a commitment to Augsburg and the entire surrounding community. The Augsburg mission has touched me. Please join me in honoring Kimberly Chisholm as the 2016 Richard J. Tony Award recipient.
President Pribenow, I am now pleased to invite Dr. Dale Peterson, Associate Professor of Biology, to the podium. Dr. Peterson will present candidate Michael Good, an Augie from the graduating class of 1971, for the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters. Mr. Good has been recommended for this honor by the faculty and approved by the Board of Regents. Mike, I invite you to join me in the center of the platform while the citation is read.
Michael R. Good epitomizes Augsburg's mission commitment to responsible leadership, and it all began on this campus in the fall of 1967 when he arrived as a first-year student. After an outstanding high school wrestling career at Fridley High, Mike Good could have gone to the University of Minnesota on an athletic tender. Instead, he chose to follow his faith-based call to Augsburg College, where he could both wrestle and be involved in many other activities that were important to him. Early signs of Mike's deep commitment to a well-rounded education and life. At Augsburg, Mike excelled as a sociology major and physical education minor, and on the wrestling mat as captain and two-time All-American, Augsburg's first. After graduation in 1971, Mike coached the Augsburg wrestling team for a year and then spent 6 years as a high school teacher and coach at Blaine High, where he launched the wrestling program. Mike Good then set off on a 35-year career in the real estate industry, during which he was a leader recognized for his innovative business ideas and his deep personal integrity. As salesperson, manager, franchise owner, president of a large regional company, and developer of real estate operations in Minnesota and Florida for Coldwell Banker, Mike blazed a path of outstanding business leadership. From 1997 to 2004, Good served as Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of NRT Incorporated, the largest real estate brokerage firm in the United States. In that role, he helped energize the company's growth from 350 offices to more than 950 offices, local operating offices in over 30 major metropolitan areas. In 2004, Good embarked on a journey that brought all of his business and leadership experience to bear in a new brand in the real estate industry when he was named President and Chief Executive Officer of Sotheby's International Realty Affiliates, LLC, responsible for the network's growth as a leading provider of luxury real estate services. Under his leadership, Sotheby's International earned many accolades, including Franchise Business Review's Best in Category for 5 years. In addition to his distinguished career as leader in the real estate industry, Mike Good has also provided leadership in his church, in his community, and to the immense pride of the Augsburg community to his alma mater. He is a member of the Augsburg Athletic Hall of Fame. He's a member he received the Outstanding Award from the Minnesota chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2011, and he received the Distinguished Alumni Award in 2014. Mike served on Augsburg's Board of Regents from 2001 to 2013, including 4 years as chair of the board during critical years focused on securing the college's future. The pinnacle of Mike's contributions to his alma mater came after he retired from Sotheby's and from Augsburg Board of Regents in 2013, when he took up the role of being the national chairman of the Campaign for the Center for Science, Business, and Religion, a $50 million fundraising effort to build a signature academic building on our campus. After a groundbreaking for the Hagfors Center for Science, Business, and Religion yesterday afternoon, the fruits of Mike's leadership were harvested. His tireless effort as campaign chair, along with his inspiring call for all of us to believe in the promise of this new building, propelled the college to new heights in the quality of its academic facilities, in the success of its philanthropic efforts, and in the pride we all feel as Augies in this very special college. Mr. President, I have the distinct honor to present Michael R. Good, Augsburg class of 1971, a man committed to responsible leadership and making the world a better place, whether it be through his business, his volunteer work, or through his abiding involvement in church and community, for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Michael R. Good, you have led the way with your faith, your business acumen, your integrity, and your passion for the good. You have taught us to believe. We are all in your debt. By virtue of the authority entrusted to me by the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with our deep gratitude for your remarkable example of education for responsible leadership in the world. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dale, Paul Pribenow, Dean, all faculty members here, and my colleagues with the Board of Regents, and certainly all of you honored guests. I'm deeply humbled and extremely grateful for this honor. I'd been eagerly anticipating this weekend and the long-awaited groundbreaking for the Center for Science, Business, and Religion, the culmination of a great team effort by so many members of this Augsburg community. When I received a call from President Pribenow about 3-4 weeks ago, I expected a conversation centered around logistics or maybe even some issues with the groundbreaking ceremony. His communication of this honor was so surprising and unexpected that I'm not sure that I can still verbalize how important and how wonderful it feels for me. I know this, that I'm filled with gratitude for this college. 50 years ago, I was a 17-year-old student, and I experienced the Augsburg spirit for the first time. I sensed a personal calling to this place and to its people. It was strong enough, as Dale mentioned, to change my long-held dream to wrestle at the University of Minnesota. And that decision was the beginning of a lifelong engagement with Augsburg that continues to bring personal transformations and blessings to my life. It's actually been a family affair. My wife, Ann, took classes at Augsburg while she was a student at Fairview Hospital. My son, Matthew, has taken classes in the adult program. My daughter, Mandy, graduated in 2004 with a business degree, as did her husband, Joe. And my grandson, Mac, who is in the audience today with us, has already experienced that special Augsburg spirit and could be the third generation that would begin here in the fall of 2017. To all you graduates, you obviously are leaders, or you wouldn't be receiving these degrees today. I congratulate you for your commitment to personal development. I believe that leadership is a calling. It's a calling to a lifelong journey of growth and continuous learning. Leadership becomes a lifestyle as well for those whose lives become a witness to the world of your commitment and your passion to serve others, to be a blessing to others through the gifts and your developed talents. My hope and prayer for you is that you find personal fulfillment and great joy in your lives through the vocation you have been called to lead. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you, Augsburg College, and keep going, Augies.
Thank you, Mike. I'm now pleased to introduce Michael Botticelli as this year's commencement speaker. Director Botticelli was nominated by President Obama and unanimously confirmed by the U.S. Senate to lead the White House Office of National Drug Policy in 2014. He is the first person with a public health background and the first person in recovery to fill that role. Prior to joining the White House, he worked in the Massachusetts Department of Public Health, where his innovative work helped expand the availability of treatment and recovery resources. He is a leading advocate for a public health approach to substance use disorders, emphasizing the need for research-based solutions that focus on treatment rather than incarceration. And just this morning, at our ceremony he was named an honorary Augie, as he also received an honorary degree. I think he's wearing his hood proudly. We won't give it to him again. Please join me in welcoming Director Michael Botticelli as this year's commencement speaker.
Thank you, President Pribanow, and I am indeed glad to be wearing this and be, I think, the newest Augie. So it's really a pleasure to be here. And first of all, congratulations to the class of 2016. I am, like Mike, truly honored and humbled to be here to share this special day with you. And I'm especially glad to be here in April as opposed to January. I also want to thank the Provost, the Board of Regents, the faculty and staff, family members and graduates, and the entire Augsburg community for making today possible and for letting me be a part of it and to share it with you. And to the class of 2016, you made it. Take a minute and think about what this means, that you are no longer college students or graduates. You have earned your degree, and you can proudly say you were educated at Augsburg College, whose esteemed graduates include state and federal legislators, award-winning authors, pro athletes, health and education leaders, and a Nobel Prize-winning chemist. As President Brunel said, I am President Obama's Director of National Drug Control Policy, and I lead efforts to establish and carry out our country's drug policies. But before doing government work, I spent my early professional career in college administration, so I know what it's taken to get here. And I've also sat through a couple of these ceremonies myself, so I know how good it feels today. And I'm sure you have big plans to celebrate this evening, responsibly, I hope, so I promise to be brief. I have two things that I want to share with you today. And the first is the power of a single story. As I stand here and look out over the crowd, I see people of all races, from all walks of life, and from many, many countries. Diversity is one of Augsburg's greatest strengths and contributes to the wonderful community you are part of. But by the very fact that you are here today, I assume you've all worked hard. I assume that you've dedicated yourselves to something. For the graduate students, you're specializing in your field of interest. For the adult undergraduate students, you're getting your degree and building a better life for yourself. But even if these assumptions are true, that's not all of who you are. You are people who have grown up by living the messy, wonderful thing we call life. You may have experienced loss, lost your way at one point. You may have come from another country, and you may have a worldview that is worlds apart from the person sitting next to you. You may be working on research that could change the world. The point is, we are more than a single story and more than what we appear. A single story about any one of us can lead to misconceptions and stereotypes. Go for it, kid. We run the risk of putting people in neat little boxes based on that single story. But the truth is that we are each a collection of traits and qualities and experiences. We are all unique characters, and we cannot be defined by one word or one label or one color or one country. So why do I mention this? Because maybe it's going to be relevant to you in the very near future. You're graduating today, and before you'll know it, you'll be advancing in your careers. One day, maybe soon, you are likely to be a boss or run a program or an agency or in a position where you make decisions about hiring. You'll play a critical role in defining its culture. And it's important you give these decisions a lot of thought, not just because you want to hire the right person for the job, but because the right person may not be the one that you expect. David Brooks, the New York Times columnist and author, has written extensively on the role that character plays. In one piece called The Employer's Creed, he challenges employers to hire, help develop, and encourage employees who are not perfect on paper and who do not perfectly conform to what we've come to expect from competitive job seekers. This resonates especially with me because it applies to a lot of our people our office tries to help, and quite honestly to me. Rather than hiring people who look perfect on paper, hire those who don't present this neat, linear narrative of their life, the ones who took a detour that makes no sense for their career or social standing, who have holes in their resume. He also wrote, reward those who have come by way of sorrow, the people who have been through tough times and setbacks, yet have recovered. There are people whose character is not a function of what they've learned. You want real human beings who have learned the lessons that only real suffering can bring. Every experience in life has value, but I find the most challenging experiences in my life also taught me the most about my life and about myself. It is in no one's best interest to hire, and I quote, achievement drones who can perform specific tasks. Instead, we need people who can grow because they have grown themselves, people who are rich, full, and compassionate. Maybe they don't interview well. Maybe they failed miserably at something. Keep an open mind. Listen to their stories. They may not be perfect on paper, but they may be perfect for the job. President Obama believes America is a nation of second chances, and his belief guides our national policies. And what impresses me the most about Augsburg is that everyone here believes in second chances too. Committed not just to academic excellence, but to community, social justice, and giving back. I often say that people's past should not prevent them from having a future. And I think that's right in line with Augsburg's philosophy. Now that you're close to being alumni, you're each headed on your next great adventure. It's an exciting time, but it also can be a scary one too. And that's the second thing I want to talk about today, the uncertainty of the future. Some of you may already have jobs or jobs lined up. Some of you may be on your way to graduate school, and some of you may still be trying to figure it out. No matter what your situation is, it's okay to feel nervous and afraid. Everybody goes through it, no matter who you are or how much you've figured out about life, because we never know what's going to happen next. And if you don't believe me, just ask George Washington, who, as fate would have it, also began a new adventure on April 30th. His adventure, however, took place 227 years ago when he was inaugurated as the first president of the United States. And he was terrified about starting his new job. In his inaugural address, he made that very clear when he said that he walked on untrodden ground. He said that being summoned to take on this challenge of literally defining what the president of a democracy should do filled him with greater anxiety than any other event in his life. Keep in mind that this is the man who led the Continental Army against the British in the Revolutionary War, the man who crossed the Delaware to win the Battle of Trenton, and the man who showed the colonists that victory was indeed possible and then led them to it. No matter what he had accomplished in his past, he was still nervous about the future, and it happens to all of us. The first time I walked into the White House for a meeting, I felt just as nervous as George Washington. And it was even more pronounced the first time I sat in the Oval Office for a meeting with the president. It was a bit intimidating, to say the least. It didn't matter that I had been doing this work for over 20 years, that I was nominated by the president, that I was unanimously confirmed by the Senate. Part of me thought that he would turn to me and say, "Michael, I made a terrible mistake." But the lesson to take from this is that it's okay to be nervous or afraid, because this means you're challenging yourself. You're taking a new path. You're growing as a person. Most of the things we fear will never, ever happen. Don't let that stop you from taking on new challenges, from going and meeting new people who are different from us, and taking on experiences that scare you to death. So as you leave Augsburg's campus today, remember that you are still a part of this community, that you don't do anything alone, that you are engaged, you are thoughtful, you are critical thinkers, and you are responsible leaders. And you've learned the skills and knowledge to make positive change in your community and in this world. When you face a challenge, I know you will succeed because you have the entire community behind you. And if you don't succeed, it's okay. We learn more from our failures than we do from our successes. As Mark Twain once said, 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things that you didn't do than by the ones that you did. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from this safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore and dream. No matter where you go next, I hope great things for each and every one of you. And if you're nervous, well, maybe, just maybe, that means you're on the right path. So congratulations again, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael, for the wisdom of your words and the courage of your example. It's an honor to have you with us today and to welcome you as one of our latest Augies. I am now pleased to present the Augsburg Jazz Instrumental Vocal Ensemble, directed by David Mantini.
not almighty or firstborn dead. Let my people go. And the Lord said, go down. Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Pharaoh, to let my people go. He said, go down. Moses, way down in Egypt's land. Pharaoh, let my people go.
Thank you so much for that wonderful contribution to today's program. I don't know if I've ever seen so many tapping feet at a commencement ceremony. We now begin the conferring of degrees. Dr. Keith Gilsdorf, Interim Dean of Professional Studies, will present candidates for the degrees Doctor of Nursing Practice, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in Leadership, Master of Arts in Nursing, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, Master of Music Therapy, Master of Social Work, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Science. As their names are called, candidates will cross the platform in front of the stage and be greeted by Dr. Paul Mueller, Chair of the Augsburg College Board of Regents, and President Paul Pribenow. As they cross the platform, doctoral and master's degree candidates will be hooded by their graduate program director. I ask that the audience hold its applause until the last candidate in each degree category has crossed the stage so that all names can be heard.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty at Augsburg College, upon whose recommendation these degrees are granted, and in their name, it is my privilege to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice. Candidates, please come forward as directed by the marshals. I will announce the names of the members of the class as they come to the platform. Marilee Jean Brown. Langang Key Hallenbeck. Tammy Sinkfield Maury. Teresa Ann Miller.
By virtue of the authority entrusted in me by the faculty and Board of Regents of Augsburg College, and upon nomination by the faculty, I confer upon you who have completed the requirements the degree of Doctor of Nursing Practice with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. I welcome you to the proud company of Augsburg graduates and challenge each of you to pursue your professional work with a sense of calling and faithfulness and a passion for justice, fairness, and civility. Congratulations.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty at Augsburg College, upon whose recommendation these degrees are granted, and in their name, it is my privilege to present the candidates for the degrees Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in Leadership, Master of Arts in Nursing, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing, Master of Music Therapy, and Master of Social Work. We will begin with the candidates for the Master of Arts in Education. Brooke Elise Freitag. Dustin Lee. Jason Boggs. Erin Marie Force. Elizabeth V. Ziegler. Ashley Rubendale. Sarah Marie Kettleson. Saido Mohammed. Loretta Dawolo Towns. Meggie Moss. Shelley A. Gunn. Diana G. Pierce. Sherry Wagner. Dana Rin Dowd. Hope L. Ortloff Hughes. Jeffrey Wayne Coleman. John Robert Mason. Anne Marie Rodenberg. Shirley May Markin. Danielle Porras. Paul Carlson. Omar Moalim. Candidates for the Master of Arts in Nursing. Helen Margaret Knox. Sarah Ruth Ord. Catherine Renee Palmer. Anne Louise Cords. Nancy Ann Carroll. Victor Afalami Awashika. Candidates for the Master of Business Administration. Genevieve Ann Becker. Sarah Ann Ness. Nicole Lee Danielson. Nicole Marie Schuster. Jessica Meyer. Lee Helgeson. Christopher David Holabird. Sherry Wagner. Luke Hansen. Darren Christofferson. Daniel McCullough. Victor J. Wozniak. Alexandra Susan Teskey. Ryan Michael Cook. Lori Beth Barger. Jessica Ray Erickson. William Skinner. Timothy Adam Doran. Kevin James Edner. John Sell. Benjamin Michael Furcus. Daniel W. Kerrigan. Michael King Heiss, Jr. Hafsa A. Omar. Marcine McIntyre Mross. Ewa Smith. Rachel N. Main. Amar Salih Radi. Noel D. Rodriguez. Coriel Ashanti Bowens. David Nyson. Tyler Shea Hetland. Candidates for the Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. Jody Napierkowski. Ginny Contreras Sawyer. Jane Marie Carlson. Jennifer A. Shutt. Cynthia R. Morgan. Catherine L. Berger. Kevin L. Mataseski. Candidates for the Master of Social Work. Take care, ma'am. Valerie Jones. Annie Vang. Mamasu Komara Mabene. Ugo Y. Patsy Ugo. Lindsay Ann Gascaroyer. Carolyn Ann Hansel. Glade J. Woolstenholme. Peggy Sue Garofano. Anna Rodenbush. Mackenzie Darlene Hoff. Jamil Marshall Lott. Bree Zafke. Christina Suzanne Chan. Amanda Lee Thierry. Nyama B. Johnson. Aaron Weber Martin. Laura Rogowski. Jessica Ann Brisbois. Brianne Royer. Jennifer R. Fay. Jonathan Robert Priest. Emma Marie Kozad. Amura Bodemleach. Danielle Easter. Zeta Claire Harsha. Sherry Peterson. Kelsey Joe Place. Jennifer Lynn Bunders. Lucy Stewart. Caitlin Elizabeth Hosany. Emily Catherine Knupp. Anne Teresa Strom. Sarah Sanderson Jones. Sarah Elizabeth Huffman. Catherine Berg. Lori Beth Rolfe. Jaliza Smith Breedlove. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for master's degrees please rise? By virtue of the authority entrusted in me by the faculty and Board of Regents of Augsburg College, and upon nomination of the faculty, I confer upon you who have completed the requirements the degree of Master of Arts in Education, Master of Arts in Leadership, Master of Arts in Nursing, Master of Business Administration, Master of Fine Arts and Creative Writing, Master of Music Therapy, or Master of Social Work, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. And I welcome you to the proud company of Augsburg graduates, challenge each of you to pursue your professional work with a sense of calling and faithfulness and a passion for justice, fairness, and civility. Congratulations.
Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty at Augsburg College, upon whose recommendation these degrees are granted, and in their name, it is my privilege to present the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. After reading names of the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees, two types of honors may be announced. First, Latin honors. These honors are based on cumulative grade point average. Additionally, in order to graduate summa cum laude, students must successfully complete an in-depth oral examination. Candidates for Latin honors wear cords on their shoulders in the school colors maroon and gray. And second, students who have completed special curricular requirements with a high average in their disciplinary area of study will be noted as having received departmental honors. Kimberly Ann Chisholm, cum laude. Tawny Lynn Zemke. Wendy Kathleen Murphy, magna cum laude. Mohammed Joseph Sanko. Lindsay Merritt Searle, summa cum laude. Jennifer Marie Liskey. Dustin Jean Hoff. Kim Tran Patricia K. Lindaberry. Andrew Roland Okerstrom. Brianna L. McNamara. Jennifer Marie Russell, magna cum laude. Christy Leah Lodermeyer. Tricia M. Kustrich. Charlotte Cook. Nelson Urtado. Oli Amata Pomapeng. Nicole Charpenter. Edwin D. Coker. Van Michael Polachek. Barbara J. Weatherly. Deborah Eckert. Angela Danielle Hansen. Audra Picker, summa cum laude. Annie Elizabeth Williams, summa cum laude. Dugama Tola. Momadou Fati. Johannes Teckel. Saida Mahamud Abdi. Sagal Abdali. Jerusalem D. Abdida. Sosina Ahmed. Anthony Joseph Boos. Betsy A. Thomas. Gretchen Wiley Arana. Janet Lynn Brady. Tony S. Deline. Anne Miriam Mukalama, magna cum laude. Dennis James Stacy. Anne Marie Barron, summa cum laude. Jill Marie Botcher. Lindy Lorraine Welk, summa cum laude. Becky Sue Schrader, summa cum laude. Amy Marie Fradiani, cum laude. Dolly Faye Billieu, magna cum laude. Lindsay Dreyer, cum laude. Caitlin Rose Menth. Megan Ann Hanegraaff, cum laude. Larissa Marie Shamaka Eller. Ryan James Hainsey. Jessica Bowman. Tiffany K. Petrie, summa cum laude. Christine Bidwell. Kaylee Dold. Madeline Briggs Ahern, magna cum laude. Michelle Munger. Morgan Thompson. Kathleen Mary Hartman, summa cum laude, Departmental Honors in Environmental Studies. Nicole M. Dagan. Rachel J. Higgins. Patrick Thomas Hurley. Nicholas James Bullerman, cum laude. Travis Paurulium Maurer. Tanish Yolan McGahee. Simone Alejandra Simpson. Catherine Marie Lebowitz, summa cum laude. Sherry Lynn Frickty, magna cum laude. Isabel Duran Grabo. Ira Mason. Adar Ahmed Ali. Fatina Ramadan. Deborah Endris Goggins, summa cum laude. Chantel Ray Sundberg. Nicole Marie Corder, cum laude. James Roy Christensen, magna cum laude. Ian Thomas Haynes, cum laude. Derek Chelsea Williams. Solveig Ottoson. Congratulations.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please stand? By virtue of the authority entrusted in me by the faculty and Board of Regents of Augsburg College, and upon nomination by the faculty, I confer upon you who have completed the requirements the degree of Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science, with all of the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. And I welcome you to the proud company of Augsburg graduates, people throughout the world who live out the deep links between education, faith, and service to neighbor. Congratulations. And now please join me in welcoming Dr. Paul Mueller, Augsburg class of 1984 and chair of the Augsburg Board of Regents, who will greet you as the newest Augie alumni. Paul?
Thank you, Paul. It is a pleasure to join you on this joyous occasion and congratulate you on your accomplishments and officially welcome you to the Augsburg College Alumni Association, your connection to your alma mater, Augsburg, this great institution. You are now part of a strong network of more than 25,000 Augsburg alumni around the world. I value the opportunity to serve the college I love as chair of the Board of Regents. And I think you heard the same from my close friend, Mike Good. Congratulations again, Mike. I will be grateful forever for the faculty, the coaches, the staff members, all of you, and I even met my wife here, and so I'm grateful for that. Remember, your commitment to Augsburg does not end when you graduate. Likewise, our commitment to you continues long after graduation. Again, congratulations and welcome to the proud ranks of Augsburg alumni.
And now, as our commencement exercises come to a close, I offer this charge to our graduates, the Augsburg College class of 2016. May you always be good learners, sharing your education and intellectual curiosity with a world that so needs your insight and understanding, your commitment to lifelong learning, and your willingness to take risks in service to the human estate. May you always be good citizens, individuals who join together with fellow travelers on the road of democracy to create a more just and humane world, and who follow in the footsteps of our thousands of graduates of this college dedicated to making a difference in the world. And above all, may you always be good and faithful people, people who recognize that the many gifts you have been given, gifts of education and friendship and opportunity, demand of you the role of the good steward in the world, taking care of all that has been entrusted to us. Congratulations. Keep in touch and keep the faith. We're all immensely proud of you and will watch with great anticipation as you commence your lives in the world as graduates of Augsburg College. Congratulations.
Congratulations to each of today's graduates. All who have received degrees today should now move the tassel on the mortarboard, if you have not already done so, from the right to the left. This symbolizes not only your accomplishment at Augsburg, but your readiness for the challenges that lie ahead. We're so very proud of you, and we know that you will continue to make a difference in the world, to meet the world's needs wherever life takes you. Congratulations. Graduates, I invite you to take a moment to thank, with your applause, all those faculty, staff, friends, and family who have supported you and contributed to your success at Augsburg College. Augsburg College is located on land originally inhabited by people of the Dakota and Anishinaabe nations. In recognition of all the indigenous peoples across North America, the college includes an honor song in our commencement ceremonies. This year's honor song will be performed by Redbone, a local American Indian drum group comprised of singers from the Ojibwe, Lakota, and Ho-Chunk nations. They are a group of professionals who came together as singers, role models, and mentors to improve conditions for youth in the Twin Cities urban American Indian community. The honor song recognizes and honors all of today's graduates from Augsburg College. Please stand as you are able for the honor song.
A hearty thanks to each of you, members of Redbone, for joining us today and for the vital work you do in our communities. Let us give them another show of our appreciation and thanks. Please remain standing as you are able for the benediction, and I ask that members of the audience remain in your places until the platform party, regents, and graduates have left the auditorium. As noted in your program, there will be academic department receptions across the campus, and the locations are in your program. The benediction this afternoon comes from the Serenity Prayer, used by 12-step programs and the global recovery movement. Receive this benediction. God, grant you the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And as you go and be neighbor, God, go above you to watch over you, below you to uplift you, beside you to befriend you, and before you to lead you on as Augies. Amen. Amen.